Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Brothers Talking NBA Basketball podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Ernest Dancy. On this segment, I wanted to talk about someone who has had some success. He has won one championship, but I think that his coaching abilities are still suspect. And his name is none other than Glenn Doc Rivers. That's right. Coach Doc Rivers, who was given the coaching job for the Milwaukee Bucks. They fired Adrian Griffin. I believe he was 33 and 13 at the time of his dismissal. Adrian Griffin, even though he was taking some heat in the media and it looked like there might have been a rift between himself and Giannis a little bit, he was on target. He was on par for being the coach of the Eastern Conference All-Stars. But since he was fired and they gave Doc Rivers his job, undeservedly so, Doc has now been bestowed with the glory of coaching the Eastern Conference All-Stars, and he did nothing to earn it. It just seems like Doc is given everything. Like he really is riding off the strength of that one championship in which he had Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce, not to mention a young Rajon Rondo, a strong Bull and Kendrick Perkins, Tony Allen coming off that bench playing that defense. They had a squad. And they still give him just chance after chance after chance because of that one title. They barely talk anything about his failures, giving up multiple 3-1 leads, not being able to make changes as it pertains to strategy, unwillingness to adjust or inability to adjust when things start going in the wrong direction. I mean, he failed constantly with the Clippers. There were multiple times in which he would choose to put the ball in Chris Paul's hands. Meanwhile, we already know for all of Chris Paul's point guard brilliance in the playoffs, during crunch time when you need him the most, he's either going to get injured or he's going to dribble the ball off his foot or he's not going to be able to get off a good shot. And he would put the ball in Chris Paul's hands during those times, knowing that Jamal Crawford was right there. Someone who can get off a quality shot no matter what. There is no stopping someone like Jamal Crawford from getting to whatever spot they want to get to just because of his elite handle and shot-making ability. But no, Doc would always choose to put the ball in Chris Paul's hands. Therefore, the Clippers never lived up to their full potential. Then, after the Clippers situation, Doc found himself as the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, in which he was again gifted with some of the best talent in the league in Joel Embiid, who became an MVP, and James Harden, right? Not to mention Tyrese Maxey was in the backcourt with James Harden. They had Tobias Harris. They, too, had a squad. Yet again, Doc couldn't make adjustments in the playoffs, couldn't get the best out of his elite talent in James Harden and Joel Embiid, and failed. Now, if we backtrack right before that, he also failed with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. So you have a 6'10", 6'11" point guard. Though he can't shoot, he can be a bull in a china shop going to the basket if you are able to put him in those positions, in those situations within your offense, your offensive design. Doc didn't utilize Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons as a tandem well enough. He just didn't. That wasn't all Ben Simmons' fault. Now, Doc loses that 76ers job, goes into the broadcast booth, says he's going to commentate, becomes a consultant, right? In other words, somebody waiting in the wings to steal somebody else's job. He becomes a consultant to Adrian Griffin of the Milwaukee Bucks. And then once Adrian is fired, he's gifted the job. So now you have arguably the best player in the world in Giannis Antetokounmpo. You have Damian Lillard, one of the deadliest point guards in NBA history, especially from three-point range. Brilliant scorer, dangerous, deadly. He has like a Purple Heart and getting buckets in the clutch, right? Not to mention you have Chris Middleton, who is on the mend and who is getting better and better. He's starting to look more and more like himself. You have Brooke Lopez. You have Bobby Portis coming off the bench. They have a great team. Doc was just gifted with all of this talent once again. So my question to all of my brothers in the comment section, even my sisters too who might be in there, what do you think is going to be the outcome at the end of this season with Doc at the controls with the Milwaukee Bucks? Are they going to win a championship? Do you think that he should be the one who coaches the Eastern Conference All-Stars? Or should they let Adrian Griffin coach the Eastern Conference All-Star team, since he's the one who actually earned the right? So Doc was already quoted saying that he's going to give Adrian Griffin the All-Star ring, and he's going to give him the pay that comes along with being appointed the head coach of the All-Star team. But I don't think that's enough. I think that Adrian should be sitting on that bench and coaching in the head coaching spot. So, as always, down below, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Make sure you click on that subscribe button, click that like button, follow, and let's just keep these NBA conversations going. Once again, this is the Brothers Talking NBA Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Ernest Dancy, and I'm going to see you guys later.